Chosen ones, God has spoken, and his warning is clear. Everything is at stake right now. Your destiny, your purpose, your divine inheritance, they hang in the balance. This moment is not a coincidence. You're hearing this because God is calling you to wake up, to act, to step into the truth he's placed within you. Ignore this message, and you risk losing the blessings he's prepared for you. But embrace it, and you'll see his power transform your life in ways you never thought possible. You've felt it, haven't you? That quiet stirring in your soul, that sense that something bigger is waiting. It's not just a feeling, it's God's voice, urging you to pay attention. The world is loud, full of distractions, pulling you away from your purpose. It tempts you with fleeting pleasures, with doubts, with fears that make you question who you are. But you are not ordinary. You are a chosen one, marked by God for a mission that only you can fulfill. Right now, he's asking you to listen, to stand firm, and to trust that his plan is unfolding. The stakes are high because the enemy is watching. The forces of darkness see your light, and they tremble. They'll throw obstacles in your path, doubt, confusion, even moments when it feels like everything is falling apart. But here's the truth. Those challenges are not here to break you. They're here to refine you. Think of Moses, standing before the Red Sea, with an army behind him and nowhere to go. It looked like the end, but God parted the waters. What seemed like a dead end was the doorway to his deliverance. Your struggles are not your defeat. They're the setup for your miracle. And don't let the noise of this world drown out God's voice. The enemy wants you to believe you're too small, too weak, too broken to claim what's yours. But God says otherwise. He says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God." Isaiah 41:10. You carry his strength within you. Every time you choose faith over fear, you're stepping closer to the victory he's already won for you. So pause for a moment. Feel the weight of this truth. You're not just surviving, you're being shaped for greatness. Now, let me ask you to do something simple but powerful. Hit that like button to declare your faith. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls walking this path together. And in the comments, type 777 to signal to the universe that you're ready to receive God's truth. These actions aren't just clicks, they're a statement that you're standing with God, claiming his promises, and refusing to let this moment pass you by. The path of a chosen one is not easy. You've faced trials that would crush others. Maybe it was a betrayal that cut deep, a loss that left you reeling, or a season where you felt alone in the wilderness. But those moments weren't random. They were God's way of forging you, like gold in a fire. Each tear, each struggle, each sleepless night was building something unshakable inside you. Look at David, a shepherd boy facing Goliath. The world saw a giant, but David saw a target. He didn't ignore the danger, he faced it with faith, and God turned a stone into a victory that echoed through history. You're standing at a crossroads right now. One path leads to distraction, to settling for less, to letting fear win. The other leads to the fullness of God's plan, a life of purpose, abundance, and unshakable peace. Ignoring this moment means choosing the first path, where you risk losing the clarity, the strength, the destiny God has written for you. But choosing to listen, to act, to trust, that's the path of victory. It's the path where you claim what's yours, where you walk through the fire and come out shining. God's call is not subtle. It's a fire in your bones, a pull you can't ignore. When he speaks, the universe listens. And right now, he's speaking to you. He's saying your time is now. The blessings you've prayed for, the dreams you've carried, the healing you've longed for, they're closer than you think. but you must choose to move forward. You must refuse to let doubt or fear steal what God has already placed in your hands. Like Esther, who risked everything to save her people, you're being called to step up, to act, to trust that God has equipped you for this moment. Your life is not a series of accidents. Every step, every choice, every challenge has been orchestrated to bring you here. God doesn't waste anything. That job you lost, it was a door closing to push you towards something greater. That heartbreak, it was teaching you to rely on God's love above all else. Even your mistakes, God uses them to shape you. Look at Peter, who denied Jesus 3 times. He could have let shame define him, but God turned his failure into the foundation of a movement. Your past doesn't disqualify you. It prepares you. The enemy will try to make you believe that you're running out of time, that it's too late to claim your purpose. But God's timing is perfect. He's not bound by clocks or calendars. Sarah was 90 when she gave birth to Isaac. Noah was building an ark while the world laughed. God's promises don't expire. If you're hearing this, it's proof that your season of breakthrough is still alive. Don't let the enemy's lies make you forfeit what God has already declared yours. Right now, God is aligning people, opportunities, and resources to meet you on this path. Doors you didn't even know existed are starting to open. The job you thought was out of reach, the healing you've been praying for, the peace that's felt so far away, they're coming. But you have to stay alert. You have to keep your eyes on God's truth, not the world's chaos. The enemy will try to distract you with small battles, but God is fighting the war. Trust him. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14. What's at stake is not just your comfort, it's your legacy. God didn't choose you just for you. He chose you to be a light, to break chains, to show others what's possible when you walk in his truth. Your victory will inspire someone else. Your courage will lift up a generation. Think of Harriet Tubman, who didn't just escape slavery, she went back to lead others to freedom. Your breakthrough is not just yours, it's a beacon for those still in the dark. Ignoring this call means risking the fullness of what God has for you. It's not about punishment, it's about missing the life you were created for. Every time you choose distraction over devotion, you delay your destiny. But every time you choose faith, you step closer to the abundance God has promised. You're not here to scrape by. You're here to overflow with joy, with purpose, with blessings that can't be contained. The world will tell you to play it safe, to settle, to accept less than what God has promised. But you're not of this world. You're a chosen one, marked by the Creator for a purpose that shakes the heavens. When you walk in that truth, nothing can stop you. Not fear, not failure, not even the enemy himself. God has placed a fire in you that no storm can extinguish. Fan it, let it burn, let it light the way. And here's where you take a stand. Hit that like button to claim this truth. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls standing in God's light. Type 777 inches, the comments to declare that you're ready to walk in his purpose. These aren't just actions, they're a commitment to the path God has set before you. They're a signal to the universe that you're not ignoring his call. God's promises are not vague. They're specific, unshakable, eternal. He's promised you a life of abundance, not lack. He's promised you strength, not weakness. He's promised you victory, not defeat. But you have to claim it. You have to say yes to his call, even when it feels risky, even when the world doesn't understand. Like Daniel in the lion's den, your faith will shut the mouths of your enemies. Your trust will turn danger into deliverance. The enemy wants you to believe that your struggles define you, They don't. They're just the soil where God plants his miracles. Every hardship you faced has been preparing you for this moment. You're not weak because you've struggled. You're strong because you've overcome. You're not broken because you've fallen. You're whole because God has picked you up. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed, perplexed, but not driven to despair. 2 Corinthians 4-8. Right now, God is moving mountains you can't see. He's shifting circumstances, opening paths, and preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. But you have to stay awake. You have to stay ready. Ignoring this moment means missing the divine alignment God is orchestrating. It's not just about what you'll lose, it's about what you'll fail to gain. A life of purpose, a heart full of peace, a legacy that echoes through eternity. Your calling is not a suggestion, it's a command. God didn't choose you to blend in. He chose you to stand out, to shine, to show the world what happens when his power meets your faith. You're not here to survive the storm, you're here to command it. Like Jesus calming the waves, you have authority in his name. Speak to your fears, speak to your doubts, speak to the chaos, and watch it bow to God's will. The stakes are real, but so is God's promise. He's not asking you to fight alone. He's already gone before you, preparing the way. Your job is to follow, to trust, to refuse to let this moment slip through your fingers. Think of Ruth, who could have stayed in Moab, safe but stagnant. Instead, she followed God's call, and her faithfulness rewrote her story. Your story is being written right now. Don't let fear hold the pen. Every choice you make today is a step toward or away from your destiny. Choosing to listen, to trust, to act in faith, that's how you claim what's yours. Ignoring this call risks letting the enemy steal your peace, your purpose, your joy. But God is bigger. His plans are stronger. His love for you is fiercer than any force that stands against you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54-17. Believe it. Live it. The world may not see it yet, but you're about to shine. Your life is about to become a testament to God's power. People will look at you and wonder what changed. They'll see the peace in your eyes, the strength in your step, the joy that radiates from you. They won't understand it, but they'll feel it. Your transformation will be a living proof that God keeps his promises. Don't let this moment pass. Don't let the enemy convince you to wait. God's call is urgent because your purpose is urgent. There are people waiting for you to step into your calling. There are lives that will change because of your obedience. There are chains that will break because of your faith. You're not just carrying a blessing, you're carrying a movement. Like Nehemiah rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, your work is not just for you, it's for the generations that follow. You've been through the fire, but you're coming out as gold. You've been through the valley, but you're climbing the mountain. You've been knocked down, but you're rising stronger. God has not forgotten you. He's been with you every step, shaping you, preparing you, calling you to this moment. Don't ignore it. Don't let doubt steal what faith has built. You are a chosen one, and everything is at stake. The enemy will try to make you question your worth. He'll whisper that you're not ready, not good enough, not chosen. But God's voice is louder. He says you are his masterpiece, created for good works, Ephesians 2:10. He says you are more than a conqueror, Romans 8:37. He says you are his, and that's enough. Let his truth drown out the lies. Let his promise anchor your soul. Right now, take a moment to stand in this truth. Hit that like button to proclaim your faith. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls claiming their destiny. Type 777 inches the comments to declare that you're not ignoring God's call. These actions are your way of saying, "I'm ready, God. I'm all in." They're a step toward the life He's promised you. Your life is a canvas, and God is the artist. Every stroke, every color, every detail is intentional. The hardships you've faced, they're the shadows that make the light stand out. The battles you've fought, they're the contrast that shows His strength. Don't be afraid of the picture He's painting. It's a masterpiece, and it's not finished yet. Trust the process, trust the artist. Ignoring this moment means risking the clarity God wants to give you. It's not just about losing blessings, it's about missing the chance to see who you really are. You're not defined by your past, your pain, or your mistakes. You're defined by God's purpose, His love, His power working in you. Step into that truth and watch how everything changes. The enemy wants you to stay small, to stay quiet, to stay stuck. But God is calling you to rise, to speak, to move. You're not just a survivor, you're a warrior. You're not just a dreamer, you're a doer. You're not just a chosen one, you're a world changer. Everything is at stake, but everything is also within reach. Choose faith, choose God, choose now. God's promises are not just words, they're guarantees. He's not promising you a life without challenges. He's promising you the strength to overcome them. He's not promising you a path without obstacles. He's promising you the power to walk through them. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you can walk through the fire and come out without even the smell of smoke. That's the God you serve. The world will try to pull you back. It will tempt you with comfort, with safety, with the familiar, but God is calling you forward. He's calling you to a life that's bigger, bolder, brighter than anything you've known. Don't settle for less than His best. Don't let fear rob you of your future. You're too close to turn back now. Your destiny is not a distant dream, it's a present reality. God is moving right now, aligning the pieces, preparing the way. But you have to meet Him halfway. You have to say yes to His call, yes to His plan, yes to the life He's designed for you. Ignoring this moment means delaying the breakthrough that's already yours. Don't wait, claim it. Every step you take in faith is a step toward the life God has promised. Every moment you choose trust over doubt, you're building a foundation that can't be shaken. Like Abraham, who left everything to follow God's call, you're being asked to step out, to trust, to believe that the one who called you is faithful. Your obedience will unlock miracles. The enemy's greatest weapon is distraction. He'll throw small battles your way to keep you from seeing the war God has already won. Don't get caught up in the noise. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your heart on God's promise. Set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. Colossians 3:2. Your focus determines your future. God's plan for you is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. He's not just promising you enough to get by. He's promising you an overflow. Abundance in your spirit, your relationships, your purpose. Like the woman at the well, you're about to drink from a source that never runs dry. But you have to choose to drink. You have to choose to believe. The stakes are high because your calling is high. You're not here to live a small life. You're here to carry God's glory, to reflect His light, to change the world around you. Every time you choose faith, you're stepping into that calling. Every time you trust God, you're walking in His power. Don't let this moment slip away. Everything is at stake, but everything is also yours to claim. God is not a God of half measures. When He moves mightily. When He speaks, He speaks with authority. When he chooses you completely. You are his, and he is yours. That's the foundation of your strength, the source of your courage, the reason you can't lose. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. Stand on that truth. The enemy will try to make you forget who you are. He'll point to your mistakes, your fears, your failures. But God points to his grace, his love, his power in you. You're not defined by what you've done. You're defined by what he's done. You're not a failure, you're a chosen one. Don't ignore this truth. It's the key to everything. Your life is a story of redemption. Every chapter, every page, every word is leading to a climax where God's glory shines through you. Don't skip this chapter. Don't let doubt rewrite the ending. Trust that the author knows what he's doing. Trust that the story he's writing is worth telling. Your breakthrough is coming, and it's bigger than you can imagine. The world may not see it yet, but you're a force. You're a light that can't be hidden, a fire that can't be quenched, a chosen one who can't be stopped. God has placed his hand on you, and no power in heaven or earth can remove it. Step into that truth. Walk in that power. Don't let this moment pass you by. God's call is not a suggestion, it's a summons. He's summoning you to rise, to shine, to claim the life he's prepared for you. Ignoring it risks everything: your peace, your purpose, your destiny. But embracing it unlocks everything: his promises, his power, his plan. You're standing at the edge of a miracle. Take the step. Trust the one who called you. The enemy wants you to believe that your struggles are the end of the story. They're not. They're just the setup for God's glory. Every trial is a testimony in the making. Every battle is a victory waiting to happen. Like Joseph, who went from the pit to the palace, your story is not over. God is turning your pain into purpose, your loss into legacy. Right now, God is preparing a table for you. He's setting it in the presence of your enemies, filling your cup to overflowing. But you have to sit down. You have to trust that the table is yours. Don't let fear keep you standing on the sidelines. Don't let doubt keep you from the feast. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Psalm 23:5. Claim your seat. Your calling is not just about you, it's about the lives you'll touch, the hearts you'll heal, the world you'll change. God chose you because he trusts you. He knows you can carry his light, even in the darkest places. Like Paul, who went from persecutor to preacher, your transformation will shake the world. Don't ignore the call. It's bigger than you. No. The enemy will try to make you feel alone, but you're not. You're surrounded by God's presence, upheld by his strength, guided by his hand. You're part of a family of chosen ones, thousands strong, walking this path together. Subscribe to join them. Hit that like button to stand in faith. Type 777 inches, the comments to proclaim that you're not alone. You're with God, and he's with you. God's promises are not for someday, they're for today. He's not waiting for you to be perfect. He's waiting for you to be willing. Step out in faith and watch him move. Step out in trust and watch him work. Step out in courage and watch him make a way where there seems to be no way. Your breakthrough is here. Don't let it pass. The stakes are high, but God is higher. The battle is real, but his victory is certain. You're not fighting for your destiny, you're claiming it. You're not hoping for a miracle, you're walking in one. You're not just a chosen one, you're God's masterpiece, created for this moment. Don't ignore his call. Everything is at stake, but everything is also yours to gain. Every moment you choose to listen to God's voice, you're rewriting the story the enemy tried to tell. The devil wants you to believe your life is a cycle of setbacks, a loop of failures that define you. But God says your life is a spiral upward, each challenge lifting you closer to His purpose. You're not stuck in a circle, you're climbing a mountain. Every step, every struggle is carving a path to the heights He's called you to. Don't let the enemy's lies keep you looking back when God is calling you forward. The world will try to box you in, to label you by your past, your mistakes, your circumstances. But you're not defined by the world's limits. You're defined by God's limitless love. He sees you not as you were, but as you are becoming a chosen one, radiant with His glory, unstoppable in His strength. Think of Mary Magdalene, who the world saw as broken, unworthy. Yet Jesus saw her heart, called her by name, and made her a witness to His resurrection. Your name is known to God, and He's calling you to rise. Ignoring this truth risks letting the world's labels stick. It's tempting to believe the voices that say you're not enough, that your dreams are too big, that your purpose is out of reach. But God's voice cuts through the noise. He says, you are enough because He is enough. He says, your dreams are His plans, planted in your heart before you were born. He says, your purpose is not a fantasy, it's your destiny. Choose His truth over the world's lies and watch how your life transforms. God's call is a fire that burns away doubt. It's a light that pierces the darkness. It's a promise that holds you steady when everything else shakes. You've felt that fire, haven't you? That moment when something inside you stirred, when you knew you were meant for more. That's not just emotion, it's God's Spirit moving in you, reminding you who you are. Like Elijah, who heard God's whisper in the stillness, you're being called to listen, to trust, to act. Don't let that whisper fade. The enemy will try to overwhelm you with chaos. He'll pile on distractions, bills, conflicts, fears to make you lose sight of God's plan. But chaos is no match for God's order. He's already sorting the pieces, aligning the path, clearing the way. Your job is to stay focused. Keep your eyes on Him. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. Hebrews 12:2. When you do, the chaos falls away and the path becomes clear. You're not just walking a path, you're blazing a trail. God has chosen you to go where others haven't, to do what others won't, to shine where others dim. Your life is not meant to fit in, it's meant to stand out. Think of Deborah, a prophetess and judge who led a nation when no one else would. She didn't wait for permission. She stepped into God's call. You're being called to lead, to inspire, to show the world what happens when a chosen one says yes to God. Every choice you make is a seed. Every act of faith, every moment of trust, every step toward God's call plants something eternal. The enemy wants you to think your choices don't matter, that your actions are too small to make a difference. But God sees every seed. He waters it. He grows it. Like the mustard seed Jesus spoke of, your small acts of faith will grow into something mighty, something that changes lives, something that shifts generations. The stakes are high because your purpose is eternal. This isn't just about today's blessings, it's about the legacy you'll leave. God has placed you here to break cycles, to heal wounds, to build something that lasts. You're not just living for yourself, you're living for those who will come after you. Think of Rahab, who risked everything to protect God's people. Her faith didn't just save her, it secured a place in the lineage of Jesus. Your faith is planting seeds for a harvest you may not see, but God does. The enemy will try to make you feel isolated, like you're fighting alone, but you're not. You're surrounded by God's presence, upheld by his angels, connected to thousands of chosen ones walking this same path. Hit that like button to stand with them. Subscribe to join this family of faith. Type 777 inches the comments to declare that you're not alone. You're part of God's army, shining his light. These actions are a reminder that you're in this with others, united by his purpose. God's plan for you is not a straight line, it's a journey with twists, turns, and surprises. But every twist is intentional, every turn is guided, every surprise is a gift. You may not see the full map, but God does. He's leading you through valleys to mountaintops, through storms to still waters. Like the Israelites crossing the Jordan, you're stepping into a promised land. The waters may look deep, but God will part them. Trust him and keep walking. The world will tempt you to settle for less, to trade God's promises for temporary comfort. But settling is not your portion. You were created for abundance, for purpose, for a life that overflows. Don't let the enemy convince you to trade your birthright for a bowl of stew, like Esau did. Hold fast to what God has promised. His plans are worth waiting for, worth fighting for, worth believing in. Your future is too bright to dim it with doubt. God's call is not just about what you'll gain, it's about who you'll become. Every step of obedience shapes you into the person he designed. You're not just receiving blessings, you're becoming a blessing. You're not just finding purpose, you're becoming purposeful. Like Jeremiah, called before he was formed in the womb, you're being molded into a vessel for God's glory. Don't ignore the process, it's preparing you for the promise. The enemy will try to make you question God's timing. He'll whisper that you're too late, that the moment has passed. But God's clock doesn't tick like the world's. He's the God who restores lost time, who makes all things new. Joel 2:25 says, "I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten." Your delays are not denials. Your setbacks are not the end. God is working even in the waiting, preparing you for a breakthrough that will stun the world. You're not just a person, you're a promise. God has spoken over your life, and his words never return void. Every dream he's given you, every hope he's planted, every vision he's shown you, it's all coming to pass. But you have to hold on. You have to refuse to let go. Like Jacob wrestling with the angel, don't release your grip until you receive your blessing. Your persistence will unlock what God has promised. The stakes are high because the enemy knows your potential. He sees the light in you, the power God has placed within you, and he's terrified. That's why he fights so hard to distract you, to discourage you, to make you doubt. But his fear is your reminder. You're a threat to his plans. You're a force for God's kingdom. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. 1 John 4:4. Walk in that truth and watch the enemy flee. God's call is a clarion bell, ringing through the noise of this world. It's calling you to rise above, to step out, to claim what's yours. You're not here to blend into the crowd, you're here to lead it. You're not here to follow the world's rules, you're here to rewrite them. Like John the Baptist, preparing the way in the wilderness, you're making a path for God's glory to shine. Don't let fear silence your voice. The enemy will try to make you feel small, but God says you're significant. He's placed eternity in your heart, a purpose that stretches beyond this moment. You're not just living for today, you're living for forever. Every choice you make, every step you take, echoes in the halls of eternity. Don't let temporary troubles steal your eternal reward. Keep your eyes on the prize God has set before you. Your life is a testimony, even now. The world may not see it, but God does. Every time you choose faith, you're writing a story that will inspire others. Every time you trust God, you're building a legacy that will outlast you. Think of Hannah, who prayed through her pain and gave birth to Samuel, a prophet who changed a nation. Your prayers, your faith, your obedience, they're birthing something greater than you can imagine. The enemy wants you to focus on what you lack, but God wants you to see what you have. You have His Spirit, you have His promises, you have His power. You're not empty, you're overflowing. Like the widow with the jar of oil, your little is enough in God's hands. He'll multiply it, He'll make it enough. Trust Him with what you have, and watch Him turn it into more than you need. God's call is not a burden, it's a privilege. He's chosen you to carry His light, to speak His truth, to show His love. You're not just a chosen one, you're His ambassador, His warrior, His child. Every step you take in faith is a declaration to the world that God is real, His promises are true, and His power is unmatched. Don't let this moment pass. Everything is at stake, and you're ready to claim it all. God's voice is not a whisper in the wind, it's a roar in your spirit, calling you to claim your divine inheritance. The enemy wants you to believe your life is a series of random events, but every moment is a thread in God's tapestry, woven with purpose. You're not wandering aimlessly. You're walking a path He designed. Ignoring this truth risks unraveling the masterpiece He's creating. But when you embrace it, you'll see His hand in every detail, turning chaos into destiny. The world will try to convince you that success is measured by wealth, status, or applause. But God measures it by obedience, by faith, by the courage to stand when others fall. You're not here to chase fleeting treasures, you're here to claim eternal ones. Think of Lazarus, raised from the dead by Jesus' call. The world thought his story was over, but God said it was just beginning. Your story isn't over either. It's unfolding, and God is writing the next chapter. The enemy will dangle shiny distractions, temporary pleasures, empty promises to pull you off course. But God's promise is a rock, unshaken by the storms of this world. He's not offering you a moment of happiness, He's offering you a lifetime of purpose. Choosing to ignore this call means settling for shadows when you could have light. I have come that they may have life, and have it to the full. John 10:10. Step into the fullness God has for you, and leave the shadows behind.